Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some Howl's Moving Castle reading recommendations for you. Alright, so today we're talking all about some books that have Howl's Moving Castle vibes. And before we get started with today's video, don't forget there is a link down below if you're looking for places to donate in Minnesota, whether that's mutual aid or food donations or volunteering. There's a link down there for that. Alright, so let's go ahead and just dive right in. Alright, so we are talking about like more the movie Howl's Moving Castle vibes, which has a very quiet cottagecore kind of a vibe. So the first book I'd like to recommend is going to be The Flowered Blade. This is a really sweet adventure following a trans elf prince who gets captured by the orc chief and is held for ransom, and just like is them kind of bonding but also like trying to work together to patch diplomatic relationship between the elves and the orcs. And if you like plants and like plant magic, this is going to be a perfect one for you. This one does have a autistic main character and it's just really sweet, and it's very steamy but also like it's got those cottagecore kind of a vibe. So it's one that I would definitely recommend checking out if you like the movie Howl's Moving Castle. Next up, for more cottagecore vibes, I have the Mead Mishap series. This is a kind of a romantasy series. It's got very cottagecore vibes, but it also doesn't take itself too seriously. These books will make you laugh so hard. This one is the second book. This is That Time I Got Drunk and Needed a Love Potion at a Werewolf. This is my favorite of the series, and these can be read in any order or as standalones. This one is following Bree, who is a cheesemonger in this tiny town that is now inundated with supernatural creatures. And like the title says, she was getting drunk with her friends and somebody tried to slip her a love potion and she just yeeted it behind her and it hit a werewolf, and that werewolf kind of falls in love with her a little bit, and it's them trying to wait out this love potion to make sure that they actually like each other. It's really sweet and fun and super funny, and like I said, it doesn't take itself too seriously. Next up I have a manga, and that's going to be Wild Beast Forest House. This one is for 16 and up. This is following Yule, who is a cat who has kind of escaped a not so great situation, and finds refuge at the Wild Beast Forest House, which is a house in the woods created by the woodland creatures there, so they have somewhere to go that is peaceful and they can just relax. And because Yule is a domestic cat, they don't really want him there, but also once they realize how dire his situation is, they let him stay, and it's really sweet and fun, and it's not quite as spicy as the cover would make it seem. And it's just a really sweet story, especially if you like cottagecore vibes. This is the one to go for. Next up I have Oak King, Holly King. This is a really fun Fae-centered story. So we are following Shrike, who is one of the Fae Lords, and he is challenged by the Queen of the Silver Wheel to be her Oak King, and for that he must find the Holly King, and together they can like change the fate of their courts because one of them is fated to die. Also, like, it's very sweet of these two just finding each other and just being like, oh, I really like you and I just kind of want to be around you all the time. It's really sweet. It's set in Victorian London, and there are trans side characters and really fun Fae dynamics and just people seeing them together and being like, oh, they should be together. And just like there's also a little bit of like Victorian politics in there, so just be forewarned about that. But this is really sweet and very slow going fantasy, and it very much has the slow romantic cottagecore vibes of Howl's Moving Castle. And then the last one for my Howl's Moving Castle recommendations I have is spelled for Heartsickenss. This is like Howl's Moving Castle meets forest horror. It's very much a cottagecore forest horror magic situation. This one I would also recommend if you like the Owl House but like want a grown-up version with some disabled characters. This is following Briar Winegrave, who has a wasting curse, and every time they use their magic is slowly stripped away from them. And he is in the midst of completing his magical schooling. He wants to go on to like magical equivalent of like a PhD program or a master's program. So he needs a year of work service, and the university sends him to one of the most magically active towns in this universe. And the forest around the town is starting to like eat people and like lashing out at the village. While he's there, he's trying to set up a little magical shop to get magical fashion experience. My favorite thing about this book is the disability rep in it. It has chronic illness representation, it's got chronic pain rep, it's got all sorts of things in it, and it's one of my favorite books. And like I said, it's Howl's Moving Castle meets forest horror, and it's so good. So those are some of my Howl's Moving Castle recommendations. Do you guys have any that you'd like to recommend? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button if you haven't already but would like to. Go and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys.